Once you've decided to come visit us, a couple of things you should know. Before entering the facility, be sure your gun is in your range bag or holster, so long as you have your LTC or unloaded in your range bag. Never come into the range unless your gun is in a holster, a case, a bag, and never remove it unless told to do so, or you're on the range on the firing line. Gun safety at the range is very important to us, so before entering the range, be sure you have your eyes and ears on. When you walk through the double doors, make sure only one door is open at a time. We do this so that the retail space does not get wiped out with sound. The door entering the range is very heavy, so be sure to give it a good tug. Be sure to post your targets first before getting your gun out of the bag. You can set it on the bench, on the floor, or on the shelves behind you. When using multiple targets, turn the carrier around and take your other target and post it on the back side. This is used in the friend or foe scenarios, which will enhance your training and target discrimination abilities. When you step on the firing line, look into your bag and be sure the gun is pointed in a safe direction, which is downrange. If it's not, turn the bag so you pull the gun out and it's pointed downrange. Once you do so, go ahead and make it safe by walking the slide back and taking out the magazine. Then you can take your other equipment out that you need to shoot, and then take your range bag and either set it down beside you, leave it on the bench, or you can take it and put it behind you. Do not leave the firing line with a pistol in your hand at any time under any circumstances. Once you have your targets ready and your firearm ready, you can select from the menu pad either a pre-programmed course of fire, or you can enter in your own. Only one shooter in the booth at a time. While you're waiting for your friend to finish shooting, please stand behind the yellow line. That way everyone is assured their safety. After you're finished shooting, be sure your firearm is unloaded and clear by checking, looking in at once, looking away, looking twice, and then you can put your firearm back up in your bag. Once your target is back, be sure to help keep the range clean, take your target down, and put it in the waste receptacle behind you. As always, do not bring the firearm back to the bag, but bring the bag to the firearm, place it into the bag, making sure it's clear, and put your remaining gear back in your bag. Then you're ready to leave the range. It is okay to retrieve a magazine or other piece of gear just so long it's not too far past the firing line. Do not cross the firing line to retrieve a magazine unless the range has been called safe. Be sure to police your area. Once you finish firing, take the squeegee that's behind the firing line and push the brass forward of the firing line. This gives the other shooters a clean place to get started shooting, just like it was when you came. When exiting the range, take a close look to see if someone else is coming in. You can look through the side window or in the window in the door. As long as no one is there, go ahead and push the door open, being sure that only one door is open at a time when exiting the range. Before leaving the range, in the airlock is a restroom. Please don't spread lead. Wash your hands with cool water and thoroughly dry them. We follow the NRA fundamental rules for safe handling. Always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. We call that indexing. Always keep the gun unloaded until you're ready to use. When using a gun, always follow these rules. Know your target and what's beyond. Be sure the downrange area is unoccupied. Be sure the gun is safe to operate. Be thoroughly familiar with how your gun operates. Use only the correct ammunition for your gun. Wear ear and eye protection as appropriate. Never use alcohol or drugs before or while shooting. Unattended guns should not be accessible to unauthorized persons. Be aware that certain types of guns and many shooting activities require additional safety precautions. Contact the range safety officer for additional safety rules and regulations.